Seltzer Time! Press Pomegranate Ginger Seltzer. We did Natty Light seltzers, we've done the White Claws, we've done all kinds of seltzers, so why not try this one? It's only 4%. It's pomegranate ginger. It is malt but gluten removed.
In a magical process.
Woo!
Science is involved. I guess. I don't know.
She had one before and she was fine. She's super sensitive to glutens.
Yep.
So obviously the gluten is truly removed. Sometimes that's a tricky label. It doesn't always, like, they'll say gluten removed, but it's not really gluten free. This one actually seems to be the case. Mm-hmm. So good for that. But only 4%. It's almost like, why even bother? Like, you gotta go higher than 4. 4.5 at least, right?
Nope, 4.
To get your money's worth, it just doesn't even seem right. It seems like kind of a ripoff. But it's got, it's very contemporary, modern can, very clean, modern design. Doesn't really express any emotion or characteristics of any beverage at all. It's just very
clean.
Press. It's a cider. Enjoy.
Not even a cider.
You want the big one and the small one?
It doesn't matter.
Hand
it.
Okay, I'll drink faster. So here we got what? This one is the pomegranate and ginger. We know I like ginger. She likes pomegranate.
So clear like all the other seltzers.
Smells really good. Mm-hmm. Smells really, really good, actually.
It has,
and it actually has quite a bit of flavor to it.
Yes, it's more than the White Claw. I think it's the malt ones. They really do have more flavor.
That seems to be the trend.
Yes.
All the malt ones, whether they're gluten removed or not, seem to packed in the flavor more so than the naturally gluten-free ones.
It's the gluten. Gluten holds all the flavor. That's the secret.
The carbonation level is actually impressive for a cider. Not a cider, seltzer. A lot of bubbly going on, which makes it even crisper and more refreshing.
It's a very refreshing drink.
It really smells great. I feel like drinking it out of a glass is going to do it more justice than a can.
Every time. Every drink.
It does smell pretty. And that's probably with, the ginger coming out. It does smell really good. Very light. Extremely drinkable. It has... So I have this weird hatred for anything that remotely tastes sugar-free. I can't stand it. It's like this outrageously terrible aftertaste that makes me thirstier than when I had the beverage, like before. Like, I can't do it. Diet, anything sugar-free, anything, zero, anything. It's just... I'd rather just drink water. I'm not drinking it. It's awful, right? So... A lot of times I worry with these kind of like seltzer drinks because they are supposed to be a little more health conscious, lighter in calories, whatnot. It's going to have that taste. I've had it with ciders before, actually, somehow. And some seltzers I have had that as well. This does not have that whatsoever. It is wet. It's a drier beverage, but it doesn't have that nasty sugar-free dry where it literally dries your palate out and it just makes you want to have a headache and throw up. So that's like a gigantic plus immediately.
If anything, it kind of has the opposite where it almost has that sweet fake flavor taste.
It has it's almost syrupy.
Yeah.
It's more on the Sprite side than like the Sprite diet side, right? It does quench. Mm-hmm. I don't think diet anything ever quenches any thirst whatsoever. It makes it worse, in my opinion. And this doesn't have it. It feels a little bit thicker than most seltzers. A little more syrupy, but not in a gross way, but in a really, really good way. Yeah. While still being really crisp, refreshing, and light, it still has a good flavor to it, while still being thirst quenching and bodied almost. I mean, seltzers obviously have no body, but this one is a bit more so. It's less like static on your tongue and actually a carbonated, slightly fruity beverage. Instead of just sneeze of fruit static.
Yes.
That just leaves you unsatisfied and wanting to drink something else.
But yeah, that flavored Sprite was a very good comparison to me.
This is really good. I would say it has equally as much flavor as the Natty Seltzer.
But there's more variety of flavors that I've seen.
Press has a lot of flavors. We're about to do another one. But this one actually, it tastes more organic or natural. Like the Natty Seltzer, even though it did taste pretty good, it tasted fake. Okay?
Like
and
candy.
in the seltzer world, I lower the bar quite a bit, right? The Natty Seltzer tasted really fake, just sugary, artificial, kind of whatever. But it was something. You know, you don't want a full beer. It does the job, right? Now this does the same thing, but actually tastes relatively realistic, real, organic, natural, which is a gigantic leap ahead of the Natty Seltzer. White Claw didn't really have much flavor at all. As refreshing and crisp as it is, it doesn't have a lot going on. This one is kind of like the best of all worlds together. For my limited experiences with seltzer, right? Now I think I'm pretty acquainted with seltzer. If it exists, I've probably had it because I do buy every new one I see just to see which one she prefers, and I do try all of them, you know, just to get I'm super opinionated, so I got to know what's going on here. This is actually probably the best seltzer I've ever had. Like this is what a seltzer should be. It really is. It's
nice, refreshing.
It's refreshing. It's thirst quenching, full flavor, as full as you would expect out of a seltzer before we hop into like 7-Up Sprite world. It's excellent. It's really good. My only complaint is only 4% alcohol. That's outrageously low. Like a 4.8 to 5.2, I think would be expected. 4 is like grandma territory. Like you could give it to a child and not feel bad because it's so low. It doesn't even count.
Do not give alcohol to children.
I mean, like cough syrup and Listerine probably have more alcohol than these. I mean, whatever. But as far as we've gone so far with all the seltzers you've tried on channel and all the even more I've tried off channel, Press has stepped up the game beyond what I assume Truly could even be capable of, because this is amazing. As like pretentious and awful as everything about this is,
it looks super pretentious, but it's good.
The flavor and the taste and the mouthfeel, the carbonation, everything is a whole step ahead of everything else. The only problem is the alcohol content is abysmal and forgettable. But that makes this an all-nighter, which makes it more expensive, but you can go longer. I don't know, however you want to balance it. What's your 1 to 10 on this one? Because I feel like I'm talking a lot and you're not.
For seltzers, 8, 5. I don't know. But for drinks all around, I don't know.
Seltzer? No, we're just talking strictly seltzer.
Just purely seltzers. 8.5.
I give this a solid 9.3 to 9.4. I haven't had anything.
I don't know. I haven't had anything. Good. I haven't had a 9.
This kills it all. If you make sure to subscribe, we're about to do another Press seltzer, different flavor. We'll see if it holds the bar to this one.
Maybe we need to start doing more seltzers. Clause the law.
No. We do enough seltzers. We'll see you on the next one.